Attorney Jimenez, baka we can start with UP na alam nating of all of the SUCs, baka dyan yung pinakamaraming mga may kaya rin, no? Di naman ho nakakahiya. In fact, I was wondering, dapat the social pressure should be to pay.
Yes.
The social pressure should be, hindi dapat yung hindi ka magbabayad. Dapat nga may yung social pressure. Kung may kaya ka, dapat nagbabayad ka, no? So, I just want to clarify that this program was created for that small set of students na may kaya who are in our SUCs. But secondly, it should always be voluntary. Hindi ho dapat siya pinipili ng eskwelahan kung sino yung mag-opt out. Hindi ho dapat ganoon. Ang opt-out program po ay nasa RA 10931. It is voluntary in nature. No? It is not meant to create another class of students who will pay. Okay? Hindi po yan yung intensyon ng opt-out provision. Ang opt-out po ay nandyan para sa mga estudyante na sa palagay naman po nila, may kaya po sila, palagay ng magulang nila, willing po sila magbayad ng karampatang tuition fee. No? We know that there are some schools like UP, Attorney Gigil, na meron talagang estudyante na may kaya. Tama naman, di ba? Meron kayong opt-out sa UP?
Very few, like maybe 10 or 6.
10 students.
Yung mga ganon. And most of the time, they're
Can
discouraged.
you speak into the mic, sir?
Most of the time, many want to opt out, but they're discouraged by the bureaucracy. Magbabayad na kami. So, we're all... So, at saka na wiwirduhan din yung, magbabayad ka? But anyway, we do have a very few
Who do opt out?
number. This was based on last year's figure. I didn't expect this question to appear today, but about, if I remember correctly, I can count them by the number of just my two hands.
Okay. Nabuo po yung opt-out program because during the deliberation for RA 10931, napag-usapan na on one hand, ayaw nating dumaan sa napakahabang bureaucracia yung mga estudyante para makakuha ng scholarship. Okay? In fact, at that time, and this is 2017, the cost to implement that would have been 1 billion pesos rin naman to implement a scholarship program that huge, no? So kumbaga, yung gusto mong i-save, yung gagastusin mo, i-save mo na lang, bigyan mo na lang ng scholarship yung mga kabataan. But we also knew na meron talagang mga kabataan na makakapasok na hindi talaga masasabing mahirap, no? At masasabing may kaya. And at that time, the determination was about 10% would not fall under the bottom 8 decile. Tama ba to, Chairman Gatchalian? Yun yung usapan natin noon, no? They would be above the bottom 8 decile. So, ginawa yung provision para sa mga kabataang yun at sa pamilya nila na kung makapasok naman sila sa Batangas State, sa UP, may option silang mag-opt out and pay the tuition, no? So, on one hand, this was meant to be voluntary. On the other hand, this was meant for a very few set of students, very, very small set of students, no? Ito pong suggestion ko. Kung meron naman po kayong mga estudyante na mga may kaya naman, no? Pumapasok po sa eskwelahan, nagda-drive, no? Pumapasok po sa eskwelahan, halata namang may kaya talaga. May driver pa daw, sabi ni Dr. Legaspi. Baka po pwedeng magbuo po tayo ng opt-out program sa inyong mga eskwelahan. No? Kasi the program was really meant for our students na nangangailangan. Yung nangangailangan po, hindi lang naman po yan yung 4-piece. Kasi kahit po yung middle class, nangangailangan din naman. Kahit po yung may mga magulang na may mga trabaho, but they're regular employees or hindi naman sila management, kailangan pa rin po nila ng tulong. So we're talking about the set na, sabi ko nga, kung kayo yung nagmamaneho o may driver kayo papuntang UP or Batangas State, siguro naman pwede kayo mag-opt out. And I really suggest this. Maybe we can start pushing this. And Attorney Jimenez, baka we can start with UP na alam nating of all of the SUCs, baka dyan yung pinakamaraming mga may kaya rin, no? Di naman ho nakakahiya. In fact, I was wondering, dapat the social pressure should be to pay.
Yes.
The social pressure should be, hindi dapat yung hindi ka magbabayad. Dapat nga may yung social pressure. Kung may kaya ka, dapat nagbabayad ka, no? So, I just want to clarify that this program was created for that small set of students na may kaya who are in our SUCs. But secondly, it should always be voluntary. Hindi ho dapat siya pinipili ng eskwelahan kung sino yung mag-opt out. Hindi ho dapat ganoon. Hindi din siya meant to create a separate class of students who are able to enroll because they're able to pay. Because that circumvents the spirit of RA 10931. I just want to make that clear for everyone. Attorney Jimenez.
Yes, we have here a disaggregated figure of students who are paying. For 2024, first semester, 10% are paying. Second semester, 9%, and mid-year, summer, 10. But these are disaggregated figures. These are students, very few actually ang nag-opt out though they're qualified. Many of these nag-exceed na or the second degree na sila. Meron kasing limits eh. So I'm asking it to be disaggregated now, no? And later on. So yun, and then just for your information, Mr. Chair, about 50% of UP students have incomes of over 500,000 up. And about 10% would have a million up. Ang a million po, hindi po mayaman yun eh. Parang government, and then 10% don't even have any proof of any income because they're so poor, wala talagang record, no? So divided yan, 10% about no record at all of any income, mahihirap talaga. And then 10% would be 200,000, 300, 10%, and then 50% up 500,000. I don't know how many, if there are billionaires though, but there could be maybe a few. But I would like to erase that figure na mayayaman ng mga UP.
Okay. So let me
Yun
correct that, no? So, but definitely, meron dyang mga may sasakyan, may driver,
Marami po.
marami rin, di ba?
Mga
Okay.
marami na para sa experience namin, no? Kasi dapat talagang ano yan eh. Ang,
Ako po, I would suggest, maybe you can let the student council handle it, you can let the alumni handle it, pero maganda rin to promote, make it a source of school pride na
Yes.
willing ako magbayad. Nakapasok ako sa UP, nakapasok ako sa magagandang SUCs po natin. Kung may kaya, bakit hindi magbayad?
we do that.
'Di ba? I know ang hirap po kasi niyan sa accounting eh. Alam ko 'yan ang iniisip po ng marami dito. Ano 'yan? Income ba 'yan? But I just suggest, no, because the law has affected all of us. That's a provision in the law that was created specifically to allow for the students na nakakapasok na may kaya to be able to pay. And maybe even though we know it's a small amount, in terms of social justice, baka maganda rin po na i-promote natin to. Dr. Ronquillo.
Mr. Chair, thank you, Senator. During our orientation for pre-higher education, we started sharing this because there are different modalities and opt-out is one. Well, it's really a good option. But you know, it's not that easy to operationalize on the ground, Mr. Chair. Why? Para din po yung PCR at yung libreng CR. Ang PCR, you need to accord them a good service and they are demanding. Maya-maya sila yung marireklamo because they are saying, nagbabayad kami, hindi kami katulad ninyo. So, though it's a sound option, it's not that easy to operationalize. No? You have to accord them really. Kumbaga, ngayon nga yung mga bata, mareklamo na, hindi pa nagbabayad, walang binabayad. And they are very mareklamo. So much more if they are opting out, if they will pay, they should be accorded a Class A service possibly. They will demand that, Mr. Chair.
Dr.
Thank you.
Ronquillo, I think everybody deserves a Class A service, di ba? Pangalawa, nasa batas po yan eh.
Yes po.
You don't have a choice, no? Nasa batas po yan. So, oversight po natin, lahat naman tayo mareklamo, whether nagbabayad o hindi. Pero that shouldn't deter us from following the law. The program was created to allow for this. We should. Now, alam ko po, accounting pa lang mahirap na eh. Diba? But I'm sure Ched can guide us. Income ba ito? How do you treat this? Diba? Kung may mag-opt out, we can figure it out. And I'm sure this can be part of the reforms that Chairperson Shirley can work on.